Hi everyone, how you doing? Dan here, and I hope you're all doing okay during the COVID-19 lockdowns. I know it's getting pretty tough at the moment, but I've got a few tutorials on the way to hopefully take your mind off things. Today, I want to show you how to add some text into a moving camera scene in After Effects. It's really quick and easy to do, going from something looking like this to something looking like this. It's a great way to incorporate text into your scene. It looks very dynamic, it's quick and easy to do, and it definitely improves the overall production value of your piece. So let's get into it. So this is actually the second time I've recorded this video. The first time I got through the entire tutorial and I forgot to hit record on my camera. So let's try and do this again. This time I'm definitely recording, and yep, recording on the camera. So let's get into it. I'm actually really excited to be able to show you something in After Effects. I absolutely love After Effects. It's one of my favourite pieces of software. You can do so much in it, and not only can you do so much in After Effects, you can also do quite a few things quite quickly too. You can do green screen, add text to your scenes, you can add objects to your scenes, you can remove objects from your scenes, you can do a bit of colour correction, you can do motion graphics, animation. There's so many things you can do in After Effects, and I hope I'll be able to show you a few more too. Before we get into the tutorial, I just want to let you know I'm working on the Silicon beta version of the software. So let's hope we can get through the entire tutorial without crashing. I'm sure we can. It's not crashed on me yet. So let's see how we do. Whenever we do a tutorial, first things first, we need to get our assets into the software, and this is no different. So we'll just bring our shot into After Effects, and we'll make a new composition just by dragging it down to this icon here. Very quick and easy. So as you can see here, we've now got a composition with a shot that we want to add some text to. Then we need to go to the tracker tab down here. Now you might not have the tracker tab, it might have been hidden by After Effects. If you can't see tracker down here, just go to window at the top and make sure tracker is selected. Click on it, and then you're going to see we've got 4 options to choose from. We've got 2 options to track things, and we've got 2 options to stabilize things. Today we're going to be looking at track camera. We'll come on to the other 3 some other time. Make sure your shot's selected down here and hit track camera. Now After Effects is now going to analyze your scene. It's going to look for all the movement, especially the camera movement, and then it's going to make a 3D virtual camera which replicates that movement. So then when you add some text into After Effects, it's then going to mimic the real world one and move with that camera. But before it gets to the end of the analysing, I just want to go down to Advanced and hit Detailed Analysis. This is just so we get a slightly better, more accurate view. You don't need to do this every time, but I think it only takes a couple of extra seconds, so why not do it? You can see here, zapping through this on the new M1 chip, and After Effects is coping absolutely perfectly with it. So we'll just wait for this to finish. There we go. So once After Effects has analysed your camera, it's then going to solve the camera. So this is now creating a virtual camera in After Effects, which is moving the exact same way as yours. Once it's solved the camera, you're going to get an average error down here. So I'll just wait for that to pop up. So as you can see, mine is 1.11, which is actually really good. You want to get this to as close as 1 as possible. It is fine if it's above or below 1, but the closer to 1, the more accurate your track will be. Normally 1.1 would be perfectly fine, but I'm going to try and bring it down a little bit just so I can show you how to do it. Now, the reason it is higher than 1 is because, well, it's because of a few elements really. The first element is the train in the background. So as you can see here, we've actually got some tracking points on the train. So the train is moving the same direction as the camera, but it's moving at a slightly different speed. So that tracking data is all a bit wrong. And we've also got a few tracking points on Holly here. So that means that she's influencing the camera solve. So we want to get rid of these points. Now this is quite simple to do, but it can be a bit time consuming. Normally I just stick a bit of music on in the background and just work my way through it. But all you need to do is go through your scene, increase your track point size just so you can see all of them, highlight them, highlight these tracking points on the train or your moving object, and just hit delete. And just do this, go through your scene, have a look for more and more. Now, you don't have to get rid of them all, but the more you can get rid of, the more accurate your solve will be. Yeah, I don't know about you guys, but I'm really hoping to get out soon. I want to get out, do some more filming. I feel a bit awkward taking my camera out at the moment. When I get out, do some filming. I actually want to do some tutorials outside as well and some travel videos, but it's a bit tricky at the moment. I'm going to do some videos on how to make a time lapse, how to operate the camera, how to go from automatic to manual. There's quite a lot of ideas I want to get filmed, but we don't tend to be that great for video, doing it from inside my living room. So hopefully in a couple of months' time, by the time we get to spring and summer, I'll be able to work on a few more videos for you guys. Again, if there is anything you want to see, just let me know and I'll see what I can do there for you. Again, it's going to be quite boring, but the more points we get rid of, the better our track will be. It's going to get rid of these ones here. We've got quite a few here. Woo, let's go all the way. There we go, that's a nice selection of points. Delete, and again, select, delete. I tend to find this easy going backwards as well, because then all the tracking points which have added themselves during the scene will be deleted all at once. If you start at the start, you're going to delete all the points, then as you go forward a few frames, more points are going to be added into your scene. So if you do it backwards, you should find you get through it a little bit quicker. Right, I'm just going to quickly scrub through the timeline now and make sure I've not missed any really obvious ones, which of course I have. Quickly get rid of them. So as you can see, we're down to 1.06 now. I'm going to leave it at that for this tutorial. That's more than accurate enough to get a decent result. So as you can see now, we've got all these tracking points and all these points are accurate to our scene. Once you're happy with your tracking points and you've got a good average error, hit create camera. And as you can see, we've now got our 3D tracker camera in our composition down here. So as I was saying earlier, the 3D tracker camera is almost a virtual camera of our real camera. So in real life, our camera moved from right to the left of the scene. We've also got a camera in After Effects doing the exact same. So anything we put into the scene will move with that camera, and it'll also all be tracked perfectly, hopefully. So as you can see here, we've got all these tracking points, and when you move your mouse around, you're going to get this little target, this red target. And as you move it around, you're going to notice it rotate and twist in different ways. So you're going to see a target on a different plane. Now the idea is here is to find a plane which matches your object near where you want your text to go. So I want the text on the wall here. So I want a target to line up with the wall. So as you can see, that's almost right, but it's a bit too slanted. There we go, perfect. That lines up perfectly with the wall. So I'm going to click, and then that's selected them 3 points which line up with the wall. Then I'm just going to right click on that and create some text. And as you can see, we've got some text here. I'm just going to rename this text, and I'm going to type Manchester, you know, after the greatest city in the world. And then I'm going to move that along just so it fits nicely. It is a bit too big at the moment, so I'm just going to scale it down so it fits that wall perfectly. There we go. So I'm just going to use these red things. There we go. I'm just going to hold shift whilst I do it. As you can see, that's looking quite good. It's not quite rotated on there enough, so I'm just going to use this to rotate it onto the wall. I quite like the stretch text look for something like this. I'm just going to increase the height of the text to get a really bold look. And there we go. Once we hit play, our text is tracked perfectly into the scene. It was very quick and easy to do, very dynamic. Just make sure you tweak your text to make sure it looks perfect and lines perfectly with your scene and your camera. Also, if you are adding any objects to your scene, or maybe it's a sky, or maybe some cracks on the pavement, just make sure when you're selecting the targets, your target is on the right plane. It's very easy to get this on the wrong plane and then things start to look wrong. So for example, if we did want to put something on the floor down here, our plane is perfectly fine like that. If we want to put something on the wall up here, we've got a plane there. Just make sure them target planes line up perfectly, and then you'll be pretty much good to go. So guys, thank you for watching the video, and thank you for getting to the end. And thank you for commenting, liking and subscribing and sharing my other videos. It does really mean the world to me, and I appreciate it greatly. I am extremely grateful. As I've mentioned in the other videos, I do want to be making more tutorials for you guys. So if there's anything you want to see, just let me know and I will try and make a tutorial for you. But thanks again for watching. Like, comment and subscribe if you do like the videos, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks again. Cheers.